Hello. This is the first of a series of videos I'm making on resource mobilization and the Babi movement, all of them adapted from an old article co-authored by myself and Moojan Momen, published in 1986. The full title of the article is The Babi Movement, a Resource Mobilization Perspective, and it was published in one of the volumes of Kalimat Press's series Studies in Babi and Bahá'í History. The resource mobilization perspective and the Babi movement. First, let me say that the resource mobilization perspective doesn't try to present a total theoretical framework to explain everything that happens in particular social movements, but simply to provide a useful vantage point for part of what's going on. What distinguishes the resource mobilization perspective from much of the earlier theoretical work on social and religious movements is that it's more concerned with means than with meaning. It assumes that participation in social movements is generally both normal and rational. It postulates that the growth of any social movement is relatively unproblematic, given the commitment to expansion on the part of the movement's original membership, an effective system of organization, and a favorable social environment. The central and more accessible research question from this perspective is concerned with the investigation of the practical means by which such organizations are constructed, rather than the putative reasons why human beings join them. Specifically, it's thought unnecessary to explain the recruitment of followers to a movement in terms of supposed extraordinary motivations engendered by individual or social crises. Such crises may well enhance a movement's plausibility, but issues are defined and may even be generated by the movement's leadership. Recruitment does not need to be highly motivated. Meaningful social contact with the movement's partisans may of itself be sufficient to secure initial conversion. Thereafter, progressive resocialization assures the neophytes' continued commitment. This is not to discount the importance of motivation. Thus, at a minimal level, we'd assert that the content of a movement's ideology must be at least accessible and plausible to its potential recruits. More generally, we recognize the importance of ideal and material interests in motivating a movement's members. We'd stress, however, that putative interests are often highly complex and need to be related in some detail to the actual contents and development of a particular movement. For example, that recruitment to a movement flows along pre-existing lines of social cleavage doesn't necessarily indicate the articulation of specific class interests. It may rather reflect the pattern of social networks, here held to be of crucial importance in affecting recruitment. Various component elements of the mobilization perspective may be identified. In the present discussion, we shall deal with the following. 1. The social environment, that is, the structural characteristics of Iranian society which defined and facilitated the emergence of Babism and the role of social control and opposition. 2. The organization of resources to secure the movement's objectives. 3. The pattern of recruitment to the movement. And 4. The form and content of the movement's ideology which defined and promoted its growth. These following sections, each a separate video, one on the social environment, second on the Babi organization, strategy and goals, thirdly, survival, organization, commitment and coordination, fourth, recruitment and conversion, 5, Babi ideology, 6, political interaction and survival. Many thanks for listening to this very short introduction to this set of videos, and particular thanks to my patrons for their ongoing support and encouragement. If you want to support my channel, you're very welcome to do so. Like and share the videos, comment on them if you will. Subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos. I'll give Patreon and PayPal links below if you want to provide practical support. Next week, the first in this series proper on the social environment. Have a good day.